everyone. Welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker Training. I'm Richard Carlton, creator of FMTraining.tv, where we have a great team that works really hard to create great live streams. And so today I'm visiting a customer site, but today is also the first day that we're bringing Nick back. So Nick has been on double secret probation. He was arrested for excessive, complicated FileMaker shenanigans. And so we're bringing him back today, and he's going to be starting with us just one day this week. We're going to try out one day, see if he confuses everyone. If he's good, we're going to bring him back more next week. So we see him scheduled for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Nick, you've been gone a long time. Would you like to tell us what you've been doing? Where have you been? Where are you today? What have you been doing? Are you been on vacation? What is going on with you? Tell us about you. How are you, Nick?
I'm doing very well, and I took some time for myself, and I was in Greece. So when my mom passed away last year, so you imagine everything that I need to do about the papers.
Oh, you had to clean up that kind of mess, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I needed to clean that, so I was like very busy with this, especially in a country where I speak Greek, but not enough to talk with lawyers and notaries.
Okay. So what are we doing today? Is this the hidden object? What are we doing?
Yes.
Why?
So it's a day. It's one day. I want to explain what the hidden object is, how you use the hidden object. So I'm going to show you something out of a real world, what we do with the hidden object. So I'm going to show you, but in the same time, we're going to have kind of like a sample file where I'm going to play a little bit with the hidden calculation and stuff like this. And I want to be like a little bit basic, right?
Okay. Yep.
So I'm going to show a little bit more advanced, and I'm going to show how it works, right? And I'm going to show you how to avoid, disaster.
Okay.
Right?
Cool. If you have questions, make sure you interrupt Nick. Yes.
Yes.
Good.
So everybody knows that file now. So but I want to. So this is what I was working on that file for a long time last year, right? So we have a lot of hidden object here. You have a lot of things that go away. When go away and comes when you want the thing to come and go away, right? So, but you understand that when you have a layout that with that level of complexity, you don't want to. You don't have the right, and you cannot do crazy things. You need to use the right thing, right? So I want to show you an example, okay, of the complexity of the thing. So here I have I hope it won't be too slow with the Zoom stuff, but here you have a layout, to create a new parcel, right? So I bring a layout, and I'm going to ask many things on that layout. Where's the window? So here you have many things. You imagine that this blank space here is not blank, So you imagine that you have a lot of things, but I don't want the people to see anything, and I don't want the people to do anything. So that means they cannot go. Okay, they cannot click here. This is grayed out, right? And I want the people to enter parcel number. That the first beginning. If you don't do this, you have nothing to do here, right? So I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 numbers, that's what a parcel number should be.
Okay.
And boom, right? So you have a lot of things. Okay, so you have a lot of things coming here, right? So then you have so let me bring something. So you have this coming, right? So, but I want to try something else. So let's copy this. So if you remove this, of course, everything go blank again. Okay. So I'm going to drag this number here, and here you will see that things will happen. Boom. First, I'm telling you, okay, this parcel already exists, so it's in red. So you see the label changed, and of course, these buttons stay grayed out because this exists. So let's put something that's exists in the system but hasn't been created, right? So here you have something else coming. So I hope I can find something here. But anyway, as you go, things are coming, right? So
Mhm.
things are hiding and showing. I can confirm the address like
You know,
this.
one thing, Nick, I'm going to tell you is that even though you tend to make things excessively complicated, the visual appeal, this looks like an app that was created by Apple. That's
Yeah,
how
but
good this looks. So it always drives me nuts that your looks so good. You just naturally do this so well. I guarantee that other people here, besides myself, are going, "Holy, this looks really nice." It does. It looks great. It does. I just want to compliment you, Nick, right? I
thank
jump
you.
on Nick sometimes when he makes it too complicated, but then it looks like Steve Jobs was here, right? And so, like, what do you do, right? Really
Uh,
nice interface, really nice.
yeah,
So,
it's okay, but before this was a succession of custom dialogue. You know, let's
ugh,
say, oh, do you want this?
ugh.
Yes. Boom. Oh, do you want that? No. Yes. Do you want this? Yes. Do you want that? Yes. You know, and a lot of things that you have to enter manually in a dialog box, right?
Ugh.
So I changed that to be a dialogue that comes and you ask all the questions beforehand. Okay. And the next webinar, I'm showing that because the next webinar will depend on this as well. I'm going to show that on the next 2-3 webinars that will be all about this, right? So here, of course, you have these type of things, or market cap, contingency, flats, that's changed. Contingency, flats, changed. And you have mixed, flats, contingency, market cap, right? Those fields change. This is an amount, and this is the percentage. It's 2 fields, right? So you have this, okay, so you have to fill up this, and then you have to fill up this, right? And then you have yes or no. Oh, when you have no, you have other questions. When you have yes, those goes away. Unknown goes away. But when it's no, oh, okay, I need to say yes or no, or yes or no. And then I have to enter this. And then I said contract. Boom. Now it's okay. I can go there, right? I can click the button because if something missing here, you don't want the button to appear. It's missing this. I need that. I need that information. Otherwise, you cannot go there. So imagine the complexity, right? Imagine the complexity of this. So, but it's not that complex, right? It's not that, it is, but it's not that complex, right? So I'm going to show you this, right? To how the mechanism out of this, okay? So, and how you avoid craziness and how you avoid the disaster. So let's go now here, okay? So this is the extreme, right? And now let's go and see how it works, the practical side. But in a simple manner, very simple manner. Let's say I have data here. I have the date, a name, a number, an email, an active status, and a related number. Okay. So, and I have a button here, a button, send, for example. I have a send button here, and this button here has some condition. The first condition I want, for example, to say, okay, before we go too far, I skipped something. I want to show you how the hidden state works. The hidden states, the result of a hidden state needs to be a Boolean, right? A Boolean. So what is
A
a Boolean?
bovine, or a
A
bullion?
Boolean, Boolean.
Okay, got it. That's
Boolean.
0 or 1, basically, or
Yeah,
true or false, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
true or false, yeah. So if you say 1, so let's say this button here, I put the hidden state when true. So it's true, it's always true, right? So if I say true, is going to hide the object. So true is hiding. So that's the problem on the what's the name on the hidden states, because it's hiding when it's true. The opposite is on the conditional formatting, right?
Mm.
The
Yeah.
conditional
It's
formatting.
is
Yeah, go
this
ahead.
display it when it's true, right? It's kind of
Exactly. Okay, so
Yeah,
let me
this is one of those things I've talked about, and Nick is hitting this, and so the reason, so people always ask, why do things like this happen with Claris? Well, Claris added this hidden capability after everyone had already built many, 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 many millions and millions and millions of dollars of solutions, right, for years, and they couldn't retroactively break everything, right? And so they reversed the logic, but it just, you have to keep that in mind, right, Nick? It was all about
yes,
preserving functionality and not breaking people's
yes,
solutions.
yeah. So the hidden state, why they invented the hidden state, I remember I was there, is when they invented the popovers. Because they need that option for the popovers. So they use a popover here, right? A popover to hide and show the popover. They use that hidden state. So the pane here, the panel here, goes away thanks to this. So building this capability on the FileMaker to hide something, they say, oh, why not putting it on the inspector? Why not putting it on? Okay, so the difference is here I hide when it's 1, and here I show when it's 1. So the conditional displays when true, and here hides when true.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and that's a problem because it's a double negative stuff.
Double negative. Yeah.
Right. So it can be even to me sometimes it put my brain right crazy. So, and that's why at the end of this webinar I'm going to tell you the $1 million question, how to use, how to reverse the hidden states in a matter of a one click without reversing the logic. Because when you try to reverse the logic, it's not that simple to reverse the logic. To say,
no, it hurts my head to reverse the logic. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to keep your brain quiet.
So that's a $1 million answer. Margaret, don't make sure he does that. Don't let him forget, and then tell people, oh, you have to come back tomorrow to get the $1 million answer, right? So,
no. Okay, so here, so that's the logic. So if I put 0 here, it's like putting nothing, right? And then it shows the button. Okay. So 1 0. So let's go with this. So 1 0. Let's say I want the get, I want the date to be inferior of current date, for example. Okay, so let's do something simple. So I want this to go away if the date here is inferior of current date, right? So if I do this, boom, goes away. If I put tomorrow, it goes. If I put yesterday, it goes away. Okay. So now I have this button here, send. And now I can do something else, I can do another button, valid, for example, right? Let's change the color, valid. And I want I can validate this, right? If the number, for example, I said number is inferior to 5, for example, so I can validate this. So if I said, it's hiding if I put 6, it goes. And if I put tomorrow, it goes. So this is how it works. So the negative, so the Boolean is something like this, something with an operator here, right? This inferior to this, or this, the number inferior to 5, right? So if that's valid or it's not valid, because this is the question is this. So if you go watch here and you put the calculations here, if the number that I put here, so let's validate this, right? If this is inferior to 5, no, 0. So it shows because it's not, it says hide false, right? If I put 4, it say hide yes, because it's 1, is the number I entered is inferior to 5. So he said, yes, hide it, right? So this is how it works, right? So now the complexity of this, right, is when you have two objects together, right? Two objects together. I have this and this. So you see that this here we have two conditions. You have this and you have this. But I want, for example, okay, this button to go away. And this is where the madness starts. Okay, this is where the madness starts. I want those two objects, right, to go away when the dates or ends when the status I want to go away equal inactive. So I have two conditions here. And this is how you do the condition. You say, I want this and this to be, I can put or here, not and. Let's put or. Either way, this or this. When this is inactive, I want the button to hide. When this is, the condition is met, I want the button to hide. Okay? So let's see. I put inactive, it goes away, right? Even if it's tomorrow, it goes away when it's before. But if I put tomorrow and I put inactive, it goes away, right? So let's say now, right? I want also this button to do the same. I want this button to go away or when the button is inactive, okay? When the state is inactive. So if I put active and I put 6 tomorrow and I put 4 here, hold on, what the inferior to 5, okay. So if I put, oh, not yet, here. If I put 6 here, so I put the condition to show hide. So here you have show hide, right? And here you have show hide, 4 and 6. But here the problem. Imagine you have 10 buttons, 15 buttons, 20 buttons, or objects, or whatever fields, and you want to apply this. And all the time you have to repeat that condition, right? Always this, all this, right? All this.
Yep.
No, this is not a good way to do. I copy this, I cut this, I remove this. I leave this button alone, right? I leave this button alone, the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I group them.
Okay.
So now, this is another object. So you can see here, I have a group. I have the body
I
button.
see. Okay, yeah.
And now I select the group and I paste another condition on top of the group. So that condition will show and hide the entire group. So I still have my hidden object, individual hidden show objects. I still have it.
Mm-hmm.
And I have this. But
Yeah,
I don't
simple.
have a crazy calculator.
I don't think I've ever done it this way, and I should, because sometimes it gets so crazy that I have to take a break, walk around, get some caffeine, and kind of rethink what I'm doing slowly.
Exactly.
So,
So knowing that you can play, you can do group within groups, right? So you know what I mean. So let's try it. So the only inconvenience on this, if I ungroup, bam, I'm losing my calc. I'm losing it. This, I'm going to lose it. If I'm group, the hidden state that I have on the group is going to go away. Why? It's because I'm destroying the group. So the group not there anymore. So boom, goes away. And if I group it again, boom, right, goes away. You understand? So this is a problem. So what I do when I want to ungroup this, I copy this, I paste it here, I ungroup, I add another button, see if I want, like, or I don't know, a new, right? I add my new button, right? Right? And if I want this button to go away also with this, I regroup the three, and I copy this, and I paste on the group, on the new group. And now the entire, those three things. So this is one way, but that's another way that I like when you have a more complex kind of interaction like this, right? And when you have a larger, like, a larger group of objects that you want to group together, but you have a lot of objects big, and you don't want to have a big groups. You don't want to have a group like this across, like this, a group. Sorry, you don't want to have a group like this across your screen, and it's hard to move things. You know what I mean? So it's hard to get inside. Okay, so I don't do groups. I don't, and I don't have this ungroup problem. I go here and I do a slide control. So a slide control is pretty much a containers of objects. It's a container of object. It's a self-containing object.
Well, let me just ask a question. So you say slide control, but this would also work for a panel, except the panel has that tab, or the tab panel, but it has the tab at the top, which gets in the way, right? Is that what we're talking?
No, yeah, I don't use tab. And for this, the tab control doesn't work because you cannot hide those. You cannot
can't hide
those,
the tab part of it, right?
Here we can hide absolutely everything. And I put one panel, and here you have the minimal side control. That means it's completely transparent. You don't see it just here. You see on the tree. You don't see. So what I'm doing here is this. I'm putting my button. So typically what I do to see it, right? I'm putting a background, a temporary background. I position my objects, right? I regroup this. I resize this, right? Right? Then I remove my background. And now, see, this is like grouping, but it's not grouping. And now, on the panel, on this, it's a unique panel, one. You can have 2, 3, 4, 5, but I want only one, okay? So I do this, and I put my hidden object, I put here. Boom. So now, if I go there, inactive goes away, active, inactive, but I don't have the problem of grouping and ungrouping. They're there. I can move them. I can do whatever I want. And here I have my what's the name? I have my my group. I can name it if I want, group. I can name it. I can name this, and I can do. And if I want to add another object, I just do this. And let's say I want to add I don't know, this, right? Inside the panel. And now this object also will be included in the hidden state without destroying the calculation, right? Right. And if you want, you can have a panel within a panel, right? And you can have more complex interaction, right? So you can minimize this. So I can put this slide inside this slide. So they are both, right? I have a slide within a slide. So what was this? I can have 2 buttons here, right? Together. And I can put this here, right? So I have one panel, and inside one panel, inside the other panel, I have another one. So here, I want that 2 to hide when when not pattern counts, email, this. That means the email is not valid, pretty much. Okay. If I don't have this, right? So if I don't have the @ sign in the email, I want that to hide those two. But also, so if I remove this, those goes away. Boom. If the email is not valid, if I put it back, boom. So I have two independent hidden state. But if I do this, the whole thing goes, right? So within this, I have this. So without, without destroying, look what I have. And I can do something here. Here I can say, let's say I want to hide this button. Okay, I said this is the .com and this is the .fr, for example, France. Okay, let's say I want this button to go away if I have not the pattern count in the email and I want the .com. If I don't have the .com, I want this to go away. If I don't have the .fr, I want this to go away. Okay? Okay. So now, oh, I don't have .fr, this goes away. But if I don't have the .fr is away because I have a .com. But I can, if I remove this, I want the to button to go away because they is missing the @ sign or email is invalid, right? So, but if I said .fr, this button go, I have two buttons. So now you understand what I can do. I can do this. You understand? So now I said this is the .fr and here is the .com, boom, boom. Imagine all the interaction that I have on this construction. If this is 4, it goes away this one. If this one goes, it goes away. If I have inactive, I want the whole thing to go away. If I change this in .fr, I want this. And if I change this, I remove this, I want the whole thing to go away. So I have all those interactions, but I don't have combined, complicated, and then or, and if, inside here, or, and, you understand? I don't have those. I don't have this complexity of repeating the concatenated calculation, the concatenated hidden states, complicated calc that I have to carry and to make that happen. No, I'm using the group if you want to use group, but the panel is the best way to go. Correct? So do we have any question here?
I don't see any in the chat, though there is a universal agreement this is very clever, which it is. That this is really cool.
So you understand the concept is to avoid the headaches of having a button with 2 billion condition because you have multiple. You imagine if you want all of this to, imagine you want to do this, the interaction that I just show without a panel. Do it. Go. Good luck.
It's doable, but you'd be like about
Yeah,
5
doable.
paragraphs into a calculation before you completed it.
Yeah, and you have an headaches. So you can have strong headaches, right? So do we have any question?
I don't see any. So like you said, you can't use the tab control for this because you can't hide bits and tabs. It's slide control only, and you make everything invisible.
So here another trick. You have a lot of, let's say you have buttons. You have a button, you have a succession of buttons. So I'm using button, but it can be anything, right? I mean, you understand that, right? So it's just that, And this button, it's always this. So I'm going to put, voluntarily, I want to put 2 conditions, okay? So, I mean, no, I want to use, okay, all the buttons here, they use, they use different control, but I want to repeat, right? The same. I want to call the same. Let me do this. I want this. Let's say this is the button 1. Okay. I wanted to do a demo, but it came to my mind just now. A better way to demonstrate it.
Do it.
Okay.
Do it a
Yeah.
better demo.
Yeah. So I want this. Okay. So button 1, I said, is inferior to 1. It's not. It's equal 1. Let's say it's equal 1, but I want and okay, or the dates equal get current date. Okay, so I have 2 conditions. 2. This equal 1 or date equal. So pretty much what I do like this. I said this or this. Okay. So now I'm going to have a button 2. Those are demos. It doesn't mean anything. But 2. This one is free. So equal free. So I hide it when it's equal free. And hide it when equal 4. Right? So let's say here I have 4 buttons. I have 4 buttons. Right? So when it's 4, it goes away the 4. When it's 3, it goes away the 3. When it's 2, it goes away the 2. And when it's 1, it goes away the 1. Okay. So but here, what happens, what FileMaker do, it will compute this and this and this and this again and again. It will do it. It will evaluate the calculation. This
4 times.
You have to,
4 times.
Wait, 4 times. You need to understand that this calculation here, it's like an unstored calc.
I never thought about hidden states being like unstored calculations.
It is.
Stop for a second. This is great. We're going to interrogate Margaret. Margaret, what if we say it's an unstored calculation? What does that mean? Nick, do not open your mouth. This is for Margaret.
An unstored calculation basically means that when you visit the layout, the information will refresh every time that you revisit the record, or I'm not sure if it's record or layout, but every time you pop in, the calculation will run again and give you whatever that information is.
Well, let me say it more generally than that. When FileMaker needs it for some reason,
yes,
it will on the fly process the calculation. Generally, it's to display it, right, or print it, right, or even find on it, right, but it doesn't save it. So if he says these 4 buttons are like an unstored calculation, what can you derive from that?
That FileMaker will run the hidden state calculation every time that it needs it or it's being called. So
correct, which means that even if it doesn't need it, it's going to run the calculation, right?
Yes.
So, and of course, sometimes we do unstored calcs, and we feel it's unnecessary, but it's the only way to solve certain problems. In this case, he's got 4 buttons, 4 calcs. They're going to run every time, and it's kind of probably a waste a little bit. Could be a little wasteful. And if you have enough of these on your page, right, the idea of pennies, you have 5 pennies, that's fine. But what if you have 20 or 30 of these on a page? You have 20 or 30 pennies, right? Suddenly it's a big pile, right?
Yeah. And also, if you have a crazy hidden state, like sometimes I have, calling information from other table, related data, something like this can be very slow. You can have a spinning wheel like 5 minutes on one layout just because really. And then you can spend a week to find what's going on in your layouts.
So Nick, real quick. So let me give you an update on where Margaret's at on this, because this is relevant to you. So as you're talking to people, if they're not super engaging on Discord or Twitch or something, Margaret is at this kind of beginning to intermediate level person. She's been doing a lot more FileMaker because she sat and listened to you and me talk, that she kind of learned it. And so she is like a great person to check. Watch her face. When you said that, she started looking up at the ceiling, trying to think about what you said. If you see her, that's a clue that you can interrogate her and ask her, because if Margaret has a question about it, I guarantee 20 or 30 or 50 other people on this live stream have that question. So feel free to use her as a canary in a coal mine, or a parakeet in a coal mine,
Sounding
or
board. Yeah.
if you roll over dead, we know we said something not true. Yeah, this is great, Nick. This training is excellent. This is great.
Can you ask if the people knows about all what I taught? Is that a good,
Well, that's the problem. We've got some senior people who know this. We have some more intermediate, junior, and newer people that don't know this. I know, because but they lurk in the background. They're lurkers, Nick.
Yeah.
They kind of hide.
They're ashamed of you.
Well, they don't want to say anything because they don't want me to pick on them or something, and then they don't realize I'm actually a really nice guy. And okay, don't laugh over there. The people at the helicopter place are laughing at me. So I'm over here.
People are saying this is a game-changing technique. Rick Fosnot said that. Ken was like, good refresher. Plus, I hadn't thought about the layer of hides. I didn't think about the fact that you could put multiple slide controls into one slide control.
Well, and I think the other revelation is that these hidden objects, and actually conditional formatting is like that too. They're like an unstored calculation. So you're not penalized. You're not penalized until you display it, and then it's going to struggle. And if you're on a WebDirect client or a Go client and your connection's not great or something, it just gets progressively potentially worse in terms of performance, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't want, so the demo is simple for you to understand, but you understand the points. So I don't want this complexity. I really don't. So you can use either this group technique, right, that I just said, but you can use a better technique when you have strong, a little bit advanced situation. Remember what I told you, Boolean 0, 1, true, false. Okay, I want to, my repeating condition here is this: date equal current date. This is my current, it's my repeating, let's say, okay? So I want to remove that stuff, repeating stuff all the time, right? So I'm going to have a tag, I call that today, okay, date today, okay? So the date is today. This is a Boolean, so it's a number. And this is what I want to get, Well, I want to get this. I said, okay, I put the condition here, date equal get current date. Okay. So I'm putting in a field here, I'm putting this condition. Okay. I'm putting this condition in one field. Okay. So let's display like this. Okay, so I'm going there and I say I'm going to display the tag. Okay, today. So I'm going to display the tag here, right? And this will tell me if this is today or not. So 28 is not today. 29 is today. See, that's why I said today, all the button goes away. Okay. If I said tomorrow, no. Here it says 0. If I said today, it said 1. If I said 29, if I said 28, it said 0. So this is Boolean, and I can display it I can go there, say Boolean, and say yes.
Okay, no. I'm going to tell you, I have never ever used that option right there, the Boolean option right there.
Yeah, I'm using that sometime, because you can say what you can say what.
So click down there. So then, hang on. Can you go down there again? So show hey, back up. Could you put like dog and cat in there? I'm just asking a dumb question. Can you put anything in there? No. God. Yeah, dog. God and cat. Well, there's gods and cats too. Dog and cat. There we go. Will that actually work that way?
You cannot search for dog.
Okay.
It's so that's a display. It's a display. When you click, it says 1.
That's lipstick on a pig, right? We
Yeah,
refer to
yeah,
that as
this,
lipstick on a pig. Okay.
this has been introduced in FileMaker 2.0.
Yeah, that's how long I've been ignoring it. I feel
Yeah.
really bad. I should turn in my instructor ID back in. I'll give it back. I'm no longer a qualified instructor.
So this technique is a way to make sure that you don't make the hidden state calculations run unless you absolutely need them.
Yes. So yeah, exactly. So what I want now to do, I have a calc, I have a field that do that for me. And then in my calculation, I'm calling the field, but not the calc. I'm calling this. I'm calling something that already been calculated. So I can use it and use it and use it again and again. It won't drain the performance because it has been done once in the field, and I'm calling that field. So it's not doing this here. This here goes like it's super fast.
Okay, give me the summary on this one more time again. I missed this because I stepped away because they were yelling at me. So
when you have, let's say you have a calc, you have a hidden state that you're calling the same thing all
4 times. Yep.
4 times the same thing. No, what you do, you create the fields, you perform, you evaluate what you want.
Okay.
So that will happen. That will happen when when.
Today is or the day is a current date.
Day, okay. So you say 0. So it will tell you 0 or it will tell you 1. But the hidden state here that I repeat 4 times, I'm calling the field 4 times. I'm calling this. So the calculation is done. The field returns the data. The field returns 0 and 1. It has been done once, and I can call it 2 billion times in my layout. I won't have a problem of performance because the field there. I'm calling the result of a field.
You're saying so you're getting around calling the get. What you're trying to do is not call the get function 4 times. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, that's part of it.
Yeah. What I want to do, what I want to avoid is to perform a calculation 4 times, whatever it can be. I don't want this to happen 4 times. I don't want, because it's the same. I need that hidden state on all the 4. Additional to this, I want this also. So when I do this, I have a tag that says 01. That's how I'm calling the 01. I'm calling tag. I have a tag that says 01. So, and that is being performed once. That has been performed when I change this. Boom, perform. That's it.
So they're all referencing the same calc. So FileMaker. So back up. So FileMaker does that calc once. It's still evaluating those hidden conditions 4 times, but it's not running that calculation 4 times, right?
It's not evaluating. It's just saying. It's just checking. It's not evaluating anything. This is not a calc. Calling a field never be a calc. Calling a field never be something.
Okay, I understand. It's it has to evaluate it somehow, right? So
it has to, yes, but something that's a 01. That means the basic of the basic of the basic of the basic possible in FileMaker. That means the lowest in the food chain.
The lowest performance hit you can do is what you're saying. The lowest performance
hit. Because he said must be Boolean. Calculation result must be Boolean. And I'm giving to him in his space a Boolean. So he has nothing to do. Not showing the object. So let's say you have a crazy calculation, a crazy case calculation, a case calculation that is you perform it once and then you call it 10 times on your layout.
Yes. Okay, that makes perfect sense. Yeah,
makes sense. Okay.
I reshot the variable video yesterday because I didn't do such a great job. And in the variable video, one of the things we suggested was taking a complex calculation and putting it into a variable and then referencing that variable places. But that's if you have a script where some scripts are running. In this case, no scripts are running. But same idea where you kind of do it once, kind of save it, and then recycle it in the future without rerunning the calculation. So
yeah, good transition. Thank you. Good transition, because I want to show something about their variable.
But this is really good. Is it, Margaret? Are there any? Listen, I just learned something today, and I wasn't even planning on really being here. So, is anyone else deriving value from this?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are interested. There are some questions Which
Oh.
I will ask before Nick launches into variable discussion.
Okay, so do it right now because he's about
Could
to
you
go there.
use the layout calculation instead of a field?
Layout calculation object.
Yeah,
is
I
the
did.
question.
I did the
LCO.
I did the demo of this. We can. You can refer to a layout calculation, but that I need a half an hour just for this. So I don't. No,
That's a pin in that discussion. We're gonna put
And we're gonna put a pin on it and put it in the wall. Yeah.
Go ahead if you have
And
another.
then the next question, Ken, I don't understand what Ken is asking, so hopefully one of you two do. Rabbit hole question. Since the text is limited in the Boolean display as, is there a easy way to get more text?
On this stuff here, the Boolean stuff here, the show stuff here, this one.
Yeah, go down there at the bottom down there, Nick.
Yes.
That.
Oh, I never use that. I mean, I use that for me. I use that for my testing, most of the time. Okay. But otherwise, no. I can share. What I do this. I remove this and I put this. Okay. Do this. I'm putting a nice color.
Yeah, you need something there.
And
Nick, we missed you in case you're wondering. We did miss you. Okay. We missed Nick. I didn't miss Nick.
And I said, look this. Not
hidden. Yeah.
Not hidden. So I mean, now I have the double negative stuff. That means
really good double negative, double secret negative.
When it's not today, hide it, right? So now I have this. That today, this is not. That today, this is not.
All right. So do we have any other questions before Nick does variables?
No, I think we're good. So what's up with variables?
The variable here, that's the problem. So I'm building the variable hidden, not hidden. Okay, we're not in German. So, and I will say the get current date, get script parameter. So because then I can do whatever I want. Okay. So the variable will be this. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I have a script, to set the variable. So I'm going to set a variable. Okay. So I'm going to destroy this. I'm going to set a variable and I'm going to put 5 here. Okay. Okay. So I have a variable. I'm going to build a variable. Boom. This build a variable. So now I have in the viewer, I have a variable here, 5. And I want now to do something, right? I want to hide this hidden by variable. Okay. So let's do this. It looks good. And this is set variable. Okay. And hidden. And I want this variable here to be the hidden type. So I said, okay, I want this to be superior than 5. When it's superior than 5, I want this to be hidden. Okay, by the variable. So that means the variable result superior than 5. And I want that to hide. And it's not hidden. Okay. So if I do this, it's no, because it's 5. Let's do something here. Let's do 6. And it's not hidden. It's not. I said superior than 5. I said, so it's going to get hidden. Oh, now it's hidden because I refresh.
There you go.
You understand? You understand the problem? The problem is, right? So if I said, okay, this is our superior, and this will be inferior. Okay. So this superior than 5, this superior than 4. Okay. Okay. Then I can, I can show and hide. It's not showing. If I refresh, yes. I change the variable. It's 6. It should be hidden. But I need to refresh. I need to go and whatever refresh is.
Do you have to put a refresh on the object?
Yeah, you need to refresh window. Boom. Or refresh the object. So that pain in the butt, in my opinion. Okay. It's a pain. So I don't want to refresh object. I don't want to name object. I don't want to enter because otherwise you need to go there and you need to name the object and you need to remember the object. Yeah. No. I
Okay.
have a better way, and this is it. I have a trigger field. I use that technique a lot, last modification. So I'm using this trigger field here for many things to trigger an auto entry calculation. So I did that many times. So, I talk about that. I will come again later in future webinar about the trigger field, the field that I use to trigger something, trigger calc trigger. Okay. So I don't care about, I don't want to name the object, but because to refresh an object, you need a name, refresh object and name the object. Yeah, I don't want that, right? And I, because I don't remember the name of the object. I don't want to go there and put a name, but it's not okay. So what I do, right? I'm going in my hidden states here. I'm going to remove this and put a let statement. And here I said trigger equal trigger. That's it. And then I put my hidden condition and I close. Boom. That's it. Okay, now here in my scripts, I say set field. And I said, I'm going to set this field with the get current date. So what happened here? So I'm going to explain everything. Set timestamp, sorry. Timestamp. Okay. So here, this is my trigger field. I have the trigger field here. This is my trigger field. Okay. So now I have no refresh object and I have no refresh window, because refresh window, if you use it, I cut your hand. So refresh window, this is something like unstore calculation and refresh window. Those two things, FileMaker can remove it. I won't even see it. Okay, so I do this and it works. Superior.
That's
inferior.
wild. How
And
does that work?
I
mean,
don't
I know you
refresh. I don't refresh objects. I don't care about the name of the object. Just included a field that I'm going to change. I'm going to change the content of a field. This field here is part of the hidden calculation. So if I modify this, it will trigger this. It will reevaluate. It will
because
force.
Fields automatically update. Okay.
Yeah. So it will, but I don't even have to. It doesn't even have to be on the layouts, right? It works. I refresh a field that is part of the calculation that hides. So if you have something like this, and you don't want to name the object, object name, okay, name, object name, and then you go there, and then you say, you have to be refreshed, and you don't want. No, you have just a set field. You have this field. I have this field, the trigger field I have on every table, and I know what to put there. And pretty much what I do, I copy this from another script and I paste it. Because it's the same. I don't have to remember a name. And let's say you have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buttons that you want to refresh, with different names. You imagine you have 8 names and you need to say refresh. Okay, no. Boom, 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 boom. Right? You understand now the benefit of this?
Yes. No, the benefit I think makes sense. Any questions, everybody? Is the why do you have it get current timestamp? Because that updates the most frequently?
Okay, because I'm using this field for many, many things. And the first thing I use for is to update auto entry calculation. Updating auto entry calculation throughout a piece. So sometime, let's say you have a complex interaction like this, for example, let's say I'm going there and I have a complex stuff, something you need a full, 2-pound Excedrin, capsules, because it's going to kill you on the complexity. Okay. So let's say you have this, and I have, and I have here, and you want to know, I have a trigger 1, trigger 2, trigger 3, trigger for this, trigger for that, trigger for this, trigger for that. So you see how many triggers I have here, and all of them are triggering auto entry calculation when I want them to be triggered. Sometimes I want this to be triggered, so I have a group of auto entry calculation, and sometimes and I'm doing this throughout the PSOs, and then you don't know why, but it's not getting updated, or the result is not there and stuff, and you want to know why. I know, for example, if I see something, if I just click on the button and I see this didn't be updated since 2 days, that means my trigger hasn't been triggered for one reason. So I know something happened. I know. Let's say, for example, the last trigger, the last timestamp is like 2 hours ago. I just click the button, so I know that the problem. The problem is because my trigger didn't be triggered for one reason. You understand? So that gives me a huge information. It tells me, oh, it didn't be triggered. It hasn't been triggered for 2 hours. I just click the button, so the problem is there. So I know, right? That's why I'm using the timestamp.
Got it. That makes sense. So
it
gives you logs, basically.
A last time an attempt on updating the calc has been made. Right?
Yes.
So this hidden object refresh thing without a refresh object, because otherwise you need to say each button here has to be a different names.
Yep, I had to cover that yesterday in a training video, naming it and then telling it to refresh the object.
So now you don't name it and you can trigger it.
This is some good stuff. I really miss not having Nick around, right? I really do.
And okay, and you have to admit that I made a huge effort to be very, very simple.
Well, I understood it.
Well, here's the deal. Listen, a lot of our customer target audience is where Margaret's at right now. And so I keep trying to tell the people this. If Margaret's lost, then you've probably gone too far. And if Margaret's bored, then you're probably being too basic. So, because Margaret and Larry and a bunch of these people, a lot of them are even very senior developers in SQL, but they don't really maybe have all the understanding in FileMaker. But anyway.
Do you want the $1 million question?
Oh yeah, where's the $1 million? Because we're running out of time here. Where's our $1 million? I want my $1 million.
Okay. The $1 million question is this. I have this button here, I have this stuff here, hidden object, if it's inferior to today, the date inferior of today. This hide. So this is the $1 million. The S. $1 million, and I put it like this. Go. And I want this, but now I want the same button, but grayed out, the inactive version of it. So I pretty much want, when this shows, this hide, when this hide, this show, pretty much, right? But I don't want to reverse, because otherwise we say, okay, this like this, and otherwise you need to say not.
Yeah, not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, but this is easy now. But when you have something like this, so are you ready? Because okay, now you understand why sometimes I'm tired, and I'm going to show you why. Because that's the problem, C125A. Okay, so I'm going to show you, and then you will understand. You will understand what my life is, how my life miserable is. Okay, so,
yeah, you said how miserable your life is?
Yeah, how miserable my life is. So this is my hidden state.
Nick.
So, okay,
Nick.
So I tell
horrible.
You. Okay, I tell you, I want to reverse that.
Yeah.
I ask you, I want to reverse. I want when this hides, I want the show equivalent. I want the.
Well, you do
I
you put not in brackets or something around the whole thing or
no,
something?
no. It's not.
No?
Unfortunately, it's not that easy. It's not.
How was the answer? I would go for easy, right? So,
No, it's not. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. Okay. So I invented a way.
Ooh, you invented it. Patent pending.
I mean, it's not Claris did it, but I used the right way. So, and that is a $1 million question, super easy. So instead of doing this BS, because it doesn't work all the time, right? I don't use this, right? So I build a cursor function for you, but I use this. I'm getting the objects and I'm asking the get layout object attribute.
That's another thing I've never used. I remember they came out with this. They said, "Oh, this will be really useful," and I'm like, I'm not sure about that.
I'm using that all the time. If
so you have to be
go ahead.
You have to be a smart person to use this, right? So
if FileMaker remove the refresh window, I won't notice. If FileMaker remove this, I quit.
Wow.
Because I cannot work without this. Okay. So now I'm going to use. I have a custom function, but I don't use the custom function. And I said the object name. Let's say I'm going to $1 million. Okay, that's the name of my button. So I'm going to name the button.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. I was about to say I don't think you named it. There we go. Yeah.
So I'm naming it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It's not working. Why? Oh, inferior. But it's not working.
Take a breath. Don't panic.
No. Yeah, inferior of today. Oh, I'm hiding it. Yeah, it's true. Oh, I changed. It's midnight. Oh, yeah, that's why. I need to
Your
be
day
one.
changed.
Oh, yeah. That's why Nick is in a different day. He's already worked forward to the next day. That's funny.
Yeah, but it's not. Sorry.
Okay. There we go.
If I do this, and it doesn't work. I know. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Take a breath. Relax.
Yeah,
Relax.
I use my custom function normally.
Margaret, can you look for questions while Nick is triaging his moment here?
Yeah. Okay. Here. Okay. I should hide it. I don't understand why. If it's easy, if it is hidden, that means it's not there. I want that to
be hidden.
Show. Yeah. So now I'm doing this, and the other one should show, and it doesn't.
Questions, Mark? Keep going, Nick. You're getting closer.
Yeah, I don't understand.
You're getting stuck by the double secret.
Yeah, I know. Okay, let's use the custom function, but I don't understand because this is exactly the same thing. So I screwed up my $1 million.
Oh, it stopped. Did you name both of them properly, or no? Did you?
Maybe it's not named.
He only named the one.
Okay, what about that one? That one's not.
You don't need to name.
Oh, you wouldn't need to name that one
because this one, when this one is hidden.
That other one references it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So maybe I don't know.
Okay.
I don't understand. I did that this morning. This morning I did that. Okay. So the name is correct. So let's get the hidden state here. Let me see.
Take a look. Take your time. Triage this.
Okay. He said now. Okay.
It's one.
Oh, okay. Here. So he said one because it's hidden. And this one, he said one. Okay, it doesn't work. Okay. And free of today. Or well, today is there, right? It's always.
Today's, I think, for you is the 30th, right?
30th. Today is 30th for Nick.
Yeah.
Today is
the 30th of November. Yeah, for me it's 30th of November. Oh, I mean, yeah. And then
you're in the wrong. Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's okay. So it's okay. If I do the 21, so now he said is hidden, not is. It doesn't understand the not. I think that's why I put that. I have no idea. get object of $1 million hidden state, $1 million. Okay,
So
let's use yeah. It's weird because it should.
it's not having a value at all before.
Yeah, because normally here it's hidden. The object hidden. It should say 1, and it doesn't. Right. So I have no idea what happened here. It doesn't even evaluate it. Nothing. So get hidden states. Get objects hidden state. So I have a million.
Okay. Why don't you test that, see if that works?
No, doesn't work.
Oh, so we have an object problem here?
Yeah, because I have no idea how this because it doesn't care. It doesn't even.
So your custom function isn't working either now, right?
No, but it was working this morning, and it doesn't return anything. It doesn't return anything.
Someone suggested, funnily enough, do you need to refresh the window?
No.
That's what he's trying not to do, right?
I know.
That's what he's trying. I mean, I guess.
No. What I try not to do. I don't. It on this. It on the thing I just show you on the file, on the other file, the complex panel. I have this all over the place. And and it works. And
close it. Just close the file and reopen this file. Just close it. Close out. Close it. Reopen it. Just try it. See if it
stops having a tantrum.
Okay. And this is I don't know what happened here because this is nonsense.
Get object hidden.
Get objects. Okay, so I screwed up my $1 million question. Get layout object.
We want a refund.
Yeah.
I have to give you $1 million back.
Here is hidden. This is
hidden as a reserved text, right? So that's the reserve what it says.
Yeah. It's whatever.
Monitor.
It doesn't care.
$1 million. Is there anything else funky with that button? Like it's part of a group or anything, or
no?
No.
So let's say I put 1 here. I want to show it. Make sure this object is there. Okay. So it should return no, and it returns. It doesn't even compute that.
Delete the object and put it back in would be my suggestion.
Like, is 12.3 bugging out on you?
12.3, 20.3.
Sorry. We're not in FileMaker 12. That was when I was like 13.
So get object layout up. Get layout up. Layout object attribute $1 million is hidden. Maybe I did a mistake on my, but the okay, let's go there. The help.
Help. Okay.
Yeah. Let's go to the help.
Help us. That's actually interesting because I'm learning stuff and it's interesting. Even watching Nick suffer is educational because it slows him down enough that we can kind of keep up.
Okay, so here you have.
There we go. Get layout object attribute and is hidden a.
Yeah, so he's hidden.
Is object hidden?
He's object hidden.
Oh, you piece of Nick. Nick.
It's my fault. It's because I copied the wrong button. I hate myself. Sometimes I hate myself, but it's okay.
You don't hate yourself enough.
Okay, so but it's okay. So
I'd be a really good therapist, wouldn't I? You don't hate yourself enough.
Now it
hate yourself more.
Okay, so
now it's going to work because he's got the right string.
Yeah, exactly. So
now you can add the knot in there.
Okay, yeah. So now I said this, and I said this,
and you have to go to 30th. 30. The 30th, Nick. You're on.
No, it's because it's always hidden. I removed.
Oh. Yeah. You broke the out of the demo, Nick.
So I put this here.
There we go.
Okay. Wait.
There we go.
Nice.
So I reversed.
Basically, you only have to write the hidden calculation once, and the other one you get the attribute
exactly.
Of it.
So let's forget about all this madness. The goal is here is this. I'm putting a calc here,
Mhm.
and the hidden and the opposite hidden, I don't give a damn. When this one is hidden, show this
Mhm.
one. If this one is showed, hide this one. I don't put another calc there. I mean, I don't try to reverse a calculation. So that's why I build this custom function, but the custom function must be, is object hidden, and is not. Okay. So if you use that custom function,
Mhm.
okay, you don't need anything, just need the name of the layer of the
So it simplifies it quite a bit for
yeah,
you. Okay.
yeah. It's git of the state, boom, and then you have the reverse. You get it without doing the not get layout object attribute, the name of the field, and the is object hidden. You don't have to do all this BS. So he's doing that for you, boom. And you don't need a refresh object because I'm using a get object layout attribute stuff. So he's going to pause there, So this is a cool, this is big because you can do this. Now, when you want to hide a button, you want to have this button is not valid, right? And this one is valid. Now you have this, the grayed out button, that is not valid. Boom. Now you have a way to do that without headaches.
Yeah, which is great.
Whatever the complexity of the hidden button, the valid button, but you can have an invalid button, grayed out version of it without the headaches of.
So the custom function is in your sample file, and you're about to give the sample file to Margaret because you're such a great person.
Is there and fixed.
Okay. All right. So can you send that to Margaret so we can get that out the door real quick?
And a lot of people are agreeing that this is a really cool trick. So
it's cool, right? It's it's help. Imagine my crazy hidden state button that works. It took me to be honest with you, it took me 4 days to do that button, 4 days.
Wow.
So a guy pay me like something like
a lot
24 hours by 150. So that's what he paid. A $3,600 button.
Don't say that out loud. He might want a refund, and I don't want that to happen.
You know what? No, you know why he's happy? Is because before the script he wrote, he was the only one in the company of using it without crashing the system. Because the 7 or 8 embedded dialogues, right? So because if you were hidden, because you needed to wait until to land to the right question to land. You didn't have a go back button. You don't have a go back button when you have a cascading or open dialogue stuff. You need to cancel everything. So people were using it. So they would say, "Oh, boss, do it. You create me this because we don't know to use your crap." So with this new dialogue, everybody use it, right? And they use it right, and they don't do crazy things, right? So yeah, it was worth it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have paid me, right? So it took me 4 days of my life to get that hidden
Does he have that file yet, Margaret? Did you post it, or are you going to do it tomorrow?
No, I mean, he's talking to me right now. We're looking at it, so he'll send it to me, and then I'll distribute it tomorrow.
No, I send it right now. I'll send it right now. Then he's done.
It really helps the community when you do these optimizations, Nick. It's really helpful.
Everyone's been universally saying this is really cool tricks. I had no idea, so this was.
I encourage you guys to look on this stuff here because it can be helpful. Okay, the is object hidden is what I use the most. Active is front panel sometime. Content focus, I don't use that. This is way too far away. Object type, yes, could be nice sometime. But those things are used mostly. This get layout object attribute stuff has been built for plugin company.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So that they use that a lot. the source,
Okay.
the content that cool, go there and play a little bit,
Okay, well, that's all I've got for today. Nick will be back. Margaret's going to try to get the sample file if anyone wants to hang out, or I'll post it tomorrow. You want to just hang here. We're going to post it to Discord, Twitch, and YouTube in real time.
Yeah, we are. So you should keep talking for the next minute.
I'll keep talking for the next minute. And then if you folks have questions, you want to see Nick cover a specific topic, and even if you think it's a big topic, sometimes he does that well, where he does like a multi-day thing. What we're doing, though, is we're making sure that as Nick goes, he's kind of building something that you can take home, because sometimes he shows sample files he can't give away because it's like a customer project. And he's showing you important stuff, but you can't have it. And that always aggravates everyone. I always remember that being that person. That always aggravated me when someone
But the problem I had is for these custom filters that I want to give to the people.
Mhm.
But I had to extract this, I need to work like, really, I need to work like 3 days, 4 days of my life to do that.
Yeah, and that's just too hard for a sample file. So that's kind of the rub with that. So are you testing that
So
right
the
there,
next
Jenny?
webinar, so what's the next webinar?
The next webinar I have you doing, I believe, is on. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen.
That's where you start going through all the functions, right, Nick?
don't think
That's
so.
one of them, but I don't think that's the next one. There's a whole host of Nick goodies. Variables, set, use, and transfer variables. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but at one point, I will, if you share my screen right quick here, when you have this, you imagine how the millions of script parameters I'm sending, right? Because I'm sending a script to a server. So I'm sending 2 million script parameters.
Okay.
So that will be also part of the webinars, how you can watch the technique that you need to use to do that. And then we have the catch errors, because you imagine the script behind this, you have the complexity of the script behind this. It was like a headache also. And I use a technique that saved my butt on this, otherwise I would have to drop it.
Okay.
So, so it's stuff like this. So I want to, heads up on this. But yeah, the variable, that would be good.
Okay, great. All right, Margaret, are you posting everywhere?
Yeah, it got posted.
Okay, so sample files there for those of you who are still here.
Yes.
Thank you for hanging out with us. It's been a long day.
Thank you, everybody. You have a wonderful day. We will see you tomorrow. Come back for Christian Schmidt's and 13.5 Monkeybird plugin updates, which, as always, has loads of interesting new things. So
Good job, Nick. Excellent work.
Thank you. Thank you very much, man.
bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir!